Good morning, this is Deborah Matthews, Vicar of Verwood. I'm sure you all know that today is Father's Day, a great celebration in the calendar when dads will get presents or maybe breakfast in bed. But Father's Day can also be a time of sadness for those whose fathers or children have died. For those who have lost family members recently due to COVID, Father's Day this year will be a painful time. For many of us, family is especially important, and so not being able to visit and cuddle family members has been so difficult for all of us. Whilst now restrictions are easing, we are nevertheless warned to take great care in how we reconnect and who we reconnect with, ensuring that our longing to meet with family does not put them or us at risk. We are all faced with times of challenge and change. Just as we get used to some new way of operating, the boundaries change again, and there is a temptation to jump before we have everything put in place to make us safe. At St. Michael's, we have spent the last 10 days preparing the church for silent prayer. We have moved 100 chairs out of the church, leaving just 35 spaced at 2-metre intervals. All prayer books and hymn books have been cordoned off, and there is a one-way system in place. We are looking forward to seeing people come back to church for silent prayer. There will be no service or music, but it will be an opportunity for people to come into the building to pray. In the church lectionary this week, we read one of the more difficult readings from the Gospel of St. Matthew. In this passage, the Gospel writer was determined that no one should be left in any doubt as to the cost of being a disciple of Jesus. Matthew tells us that Jesus said to his disciples, "Anyone who loves father or mother, son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me." Whilst Jesus may not have used these exact words, he made it clear that discipleship would have many demands on all those who chose to follow him. And because our family is so dear to our hearts, it can be within our close relationships with them that the disciple faces divided loyalties. So the disciple is warned to be prepared for the divisions they may face, even amongst their closest family and friends. However, on Father's Day, this passage seems to be particularly incongruous. But Jesus himself upheld the commandments to love your father and your mother, and he never says that we shouldn't care for them or care about them. But he points out that being a disciple may mean that there are times when we face a conflict of interest. Jesus' disciples came to recognize this as time went on, but some of those in the crowd who came to hear Jesus' teaching had probably not thought about the times when choices would need to be made. Hearing about the cost of discipleship did not encourage people to follow Jesus, and those who found his message too difficult went away. But Jesus reassures those who stayed with him with the words, "Do not fear. Go and proclaim the good news, whatever the cost, but do not fear. Do not be afraid, because you are cared for more than the sparrows by your heavenly Father." And when we trust ourselves to his care, when we are prepared to give our lives to him, we will discover the abundance of his life in us. So today, as we celebrate or remember our own fathers, remember also your heavenly Father, who will be with you and calm your fears. Take care, and God bless you.